All right, Tom.
Hey, Aaron.
I went to Disneyland on Christmas.
We went to Disneyland
Not
for Thanksgiving.
On Christmas, but Thanksgiving, right?
Yeah, yeah.
All right, so what I want to know is what are your top five-ish?
Okay.
Top five-ish rides, your must-dos at Disneyland.
Before we say anything, Thunder Mountain was closed when we were there in November.
Bummer.
Yeah. That's one everyone can do, and it's a good ride.
It's a good ride.
Yeah. It's a good ride.
Man, sorry.
Yeah.
Have you seen that T-shirt where it's like the mountains are calling?
Yes.
All right.
Great.
There's so many T-shirts out there in the world like the mountains are calling, I must go.
Yeah.
But then there's a Disney version, and it's like the mountains are calling, I must go, and it goes Space Mountain, Big Thunder Mountain,
old
Splash Mountain, right, and then Matterhorn.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I love that T-shirt.
Yeah, it's a great T-shirt.
Anyway, all right, moving on. Okay, so
one I know we disagree on is Tiana's Bayou Adventure.
it's not a bad ride,
Right? Is it go back to you don't like getting wet?
No, it's just too much of this,
Oh.
and then right. It's not the wet part so much as it's just not exciting enough the whole way through.
Okay.
But maybe something you don't know about me is that when it was Splash Mountain,
Okay.
I went on Splash Mountain on day one that it was ever open.
Okay.
So my dad and I were there. We had gone to
What year was this?
89.
Okay.
Maybe, like, correct me if I'm wrong, fact checkers. But it was somewhere in that area.
Okay.
My dad and I flew down, I met him on a business trip, and we went to a Dodger game, and the next day we went to Disneyland.
Awesome.
And that next day was Splash Mountain's day one of being
Opening
open.
day.
And we got in line at 12:30 at night. And they still let us go. And it was like an hour and a half long wait.
Wow. That's amazing.
Because it was day one, they just
That's
let
amazing.
it open. And so day one of Splash Mountain, I was there.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
We were at Disney World last year when Tiana's was first opening, and we were there for the first week, but we paid to go on it.
Oh, you had to pay to go on it.
Well,
I mean, to kind of like speed it up.
yes.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Back to
It's
Disneyland.
not a bad ride. It's just not in my top five.
Right. Fair. It is in my top five.
But I also got super wet last time. We still went on it, and
Yeah.
it ruined me for the whole day because it was December.
Well, going back to your mountains, obviously Space Mountain is great.
Totally.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a really good roller coaster.
Okay, so you know how you get your pictures at the end of Space Mountain, right?
Yeah.
Like, lots of rides.
Yeah.
But so we have a history in our family of going on rides, and we went to Dollywood several years ago. I know it's not Disneyland, but for the sake of the story, Josh, the youngest kid, so he would have been 13 or 14 at the time. There's this eagle ride at Dollywood.
Okay.
Right? Full on passed out mid roller coaster, went totally limp. Woke up when the ride was done. So we've teased him about it for a while. We got him some sugar, but we've teased him ever since. But so we go to Space Mountain this year, and we go to singles line.
Okay.
Because the
Single
line was
rider,
like,
yeah.
The line was like 65 minutes long.
Yep.
We're like, single rider, let's go.
Yep.
So Josh was on the ride by himself with a bunch of strangers, and they take the photos.
Yeah.
And so I go first. I'm waiting for the rest of the family to show up, and I hear some guy who goes, "Look, that dude on our cart passed out." Right? And so I was like, "Oh, that has to be Josh."
Right.
So I look over, and Josh is like, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, "You're kidding me, dude. You did it again." He walks out. Perfectly normal. He walks out and he goes, "Oh, it worked." Because he was in the cart by himself, he fake passed out for everybody.
So it's
at
always
the photo moment.
always
really
a thing to do something for the pictures.
Totally.
Especially if you've been on the rides enough. Like,
You know where the camera is.
yeah,
Like, totally.
all of the things. Yeah.
So anyway, so he chose pass out.
So Space Mountain's great.
Yeah.
What else is on your list?
I mean, Rise of the Resistance is really
Yeah,
good.
yeah. My mind should have gone there. That's what we rope dropped.
Yeah.
Our day
We
at
did
Disneyland.
too, and the line was still an hour because we went through like it's not Frontierland, it's the Adventureland.
Yeah, it's
On the
Adventureland.
far left. We
By
went that way, but the
Pirates.
line went the other way, and the line kept getting bigger as we kept walking. So we ended up paying the $28 per person.
Yeah.
We're just like, you know what, let's just call it good. And let's spend the $116, I don't know about that math,
Right.
dollars, and it freed up our day.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to do it, but it's usually a 60 to 90-minute ride.
Especially when you're going for one day. Like if you
Right,
know
we have
you're
one day.
one day,
Yeah.
like it's probably the best one to. I mean, it's probably the best ride at Disneyland. I mean,
we definitely made up that time at Olga's Cantina. And
nice,
had the outer rib drink at like 8:45 in the morning. I'm like, I'm okay with
perfect.
that.
Yeah, that's fine. It's fine. There's no time at Disneyland.
No, not at all. Other ones though, Rise of Resistance. I mean, Haunted Mansion and Pirates.
Yeah,
for me.
Yeah, so we didn't do Holiday Haunted Mansion when we were there in November
over the holidays.
Yeah. I've done it before. We've been there before.
I had actually never done it before.
Okay.
So for me, that was
it's
fun,
pretty
yeah,
cool.
I get it.
Side note to that, Disney World Space Mountain does a Hollywood themed like Jingle Bells music.
Really?
Yeah, which I thought was going to happen at Disneyland in November.
Let's get on it.
Yeah,
That's
let's
fun.
go. Like I was excited, and
Yeah.
it was not that regular Space Mountain is bad.
Oh, it's great,
but
for sure.
Anyway, I was.
We've all
hoping
heard
for,
that song for like 30 years.
Yes, correct.
Yeah. No, it makes sense.
Yeah, and Pirates is it's a
classic.
solid classic. Which is funny you like that, but Tiana's is it's very similar.
It's a different vibe. It's a different vibe.
Very similar ride.
It's just like I know I'm not getting anything in there. It's like it's just floating, and I can say yo ho, a pirate's life for me, and
fair.
It's fun.
Fair.
Yeah.
Also, I really enjoy Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway.
I didn't even know about it until this year. It was so good.
It's new. It's really good ride.
It's very Rise of the Resistance, actually.
Yeah, it is.
Like the same premise.
Uh-huh.
And, yeah. So for those of you who have gone to Disneyland but haven't tried Mickey and Minnie's, don't overrate Toontown. It's a great one.
It's worth going.
I was pleasantly surprised with Mickey and Minnie's. Yeah.
Love Disneyland.
Yeah, it's the best.
Love it. Yeah.
All right.
Awesome, bro.
See you, dude.
See ya.